Hello, welcome to Capow! But it doesn't hurt workshop. My name is Haruka Kuroda and I'm a fight director. And in today's workshop, you will learn how to do a fight for the camera. But what does that mean? Does it mean that I'm going to teach you how to fight for real? Of course not. Today, as a fight director, I'm going to teach you how you can make it look like you're really fighting, how you can make it look like you really mean it, and what it takes to pull that off. As you probably understand, when actors do any violence on stage or on screen, as the characters that they're playing, they really mean to hurt each other. They really want to kill each other. But the actors who are playing those characters, they don't want to hurt each other or they don't want to kill each other. And to make that come alive, make that the audience really believe in that, you need techniques. As the title of the workshop suggests, Capow! But it doesn't hurt. Everything that you do today shouldn't hurt, or at least not on purpose. Everything that you do when you do stage combat or screen combat, it shouldn't hurt. And if it hurts, you need to question that. If it hurts, you need to stop and think what hurt you. If it hurts, it wasn't safe. The most important word in our industry, safe, safety. If it's not safe, don't do it. Stop, rethink, and discover what makes it safe. On that note, before we do any fighting, let's check our surroundings. Make sure your floor is tidy so there are no books and toys and cups and glasses lying around that could be hazardous. And just stretch your arms to the side and swing it around to just check that you've got enough space to move around. We're not going to be doing big cartwheels and backflips today, but you still want enough space to move around. It will probably help that you are wearing some comfortable clothing that you can move around in. And then just do a quick physical warm-up. Again, we're not going to be doing any high kicks today, but let's just concentrate on our upper body, especially the neck and the shoulders. So let's start with bringing the chin to the chest and feel the stretch on that back of that neck. And as you keep the chin to the chest, bring that head to one side towards the shoulder and bring it out to the other side. So you should feel the stretch on that side of the neck. And bring back to the center. Slowly look up and tilt the ear towards the shoulder and to the other side. And back to the center, and let's do a big circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's give that shoulder a bit of warm up by drawing a big circle to the back. And then to the forward movement, 2, 3, and 4. And give a big shake. Okay, ready to start. At this stage, you might be wondering, do I not need a partner? Ideally, yes. But we are still in a lockdown, so let's embrace it. Let's be creative. And today you're going to play I'm going to play the both parts. By using the camera, changing the angle of the camera, and perhaps a quick costume change, we can make it work. Right, let's start. We're going to start with side A, the side that starts the fight. Now, before we start doing anything up here, let's pay attention to our feet. Now, I know you can't see my feet, so I will explain. My feet are shoulder width apart. My knees are soft, not locking out. One of my foot, I take a slight step forward. So that gives you a solid balance, a solid base. So however you move around up here, you shouldn't then fall over, having that good balance in your legs. So what's the first move? The first move of this quick little sequence is a slap to the face. The most commonly used physical violence, either on stage or on screen, most likely to start the fight. A physical violence occurs, and should only occur, when you can't go any further to express your anger, express your frustration verbally. So you need to do something to get that emotion out physically. So the hand comes up. Investigate that feeling as your character. What makes you do that? What makes you bring your hand out and ready to slap somebody in their face? So the first thing that you're going to do, really think about that journey, the emotional journey, and then bring the hand up. By showing you this, what I call my evil hand, together with my evil face, you're already telling that story. This is the beginning of that story. You need to show this, even for a split second, for your audience and for your partner, that you are about to do something. You are about to slap them in their face. Here. Now notice that I am looking at you. So when we actually play the both sides, it should look like we are looking at each other. I'm simply using my mobile phone camera on the selfie mode. So it is tempting to look at yourself. Here, I'm looking at myself. But just really fight against that temptation to look at yourself and instead look into that lens, right into that lens, so that you can really communicate your emotions and your thinking into that lens as if you are looking into somebody's eyes. So here I'm looking into the lens. Here I'm looking at myself. So try not to do that. So here I am. Bring the hands up and I'll do it slow motion. What I'm going to do is bring this hand right in front of that lens and swipe across. Here and across. Here, across. So that's the first move of the side A. Think about the emotions building up and bring the hands up. Before we turn the camera around and play the other side, let's think about what happens after you've slapped. Your emotions, your thinking, your physical change. So let's think about that. So after you've slapped somebody, would you go, my hand hurts because I slapped you really hard? Or I slapped you and I feel suddenly really bad about it? Or I slapped you and you deserved it. Make a choice. make a choice how you're going to react after you slapped the other side. Right, now the other side, the side B, the side that just been slapped. Notice I have different background, so I simply turn the camera around so that I can give you a sort of different environment behind me. And also I just simply put my jumper on so I look slightly different. But by all means, if you want to really get changed, put a moustache, wear a hat, whatever might be, go for it. So what do I need to do? The hand traveled from the camera or the screen left to screen right. So we need to turn our face accordingly. So imagine that you've been slapped on that right cheek. So I need to turn my face like so. And also I'm now going to add the sound of the attack. And the sound is this. How am I doing it? Yes, simply I am clapping my hands, but off camera. You need to make sure that it is off that frame because you don't want to see the hands coming up in shot. Now for screen, for TV and films, when they do fight, the actors don't add the sounds on set. They do that in post-production. They do that in the editing suites. On stage, actors do make that sound. Now, the sound that we make is called a nap, K-N-A-P. So on stage, actors need to somehow create that sound of the attack, but on camera, we normally don't. But in this instance, I don't want to be recording the sound separately and putting it on afterwards. So I'm creating the sound myself here and now by simply doing that out of shot. Now imagine this. That hand is coming towards your cheek and really slaps you really hard, and on that impact you need to give that slap like so. And then what happens? I need to go ow. So it looks like this. Ah! So as you clapped off camera, I can then bring the hands up here to go, ow! Now, avoid that temptation at this point to look at yourself on that screen. It's really difficult, but avoid doing that. Remember, the person you're fighting, the person who just slapped you, is in that lens. So look right at back that lens. So then what happens? You've just been slapped right on your cheek. Are you going to just cry and walk away? Of course not. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to fight back by doing a jab to the face. I'm going to do that. So it will look like this. Now, how am I doing that? So first of all, make sure that your arm's not too close, that by doing the jab towards that lens, you're going to knock that camera off. So make sure that you've got enough space between your fist to that lens. And then I'm bringing my fist into shot. So this again is the preparation, beginning of my story, followed by I'm extending the arm, and as I complete that full extension, I'm going to bounce it back. Bounce it back. I'm not going to leave my fist here. I'm just going to go kapow, kapow, bounce it off, bounce it off. At the same time, don't know if you've noticed when I did it first time around, I napped like so. So again, avoiding me adding the sound afterwards, I've simply tapped on my thigh. I know you can't see it, or you can tap on your bottom or your stomach, anywhere that it doesn't hurt you to give that tap. You do that at the same time as you fully extend your arm that you're punching. Kapow. Like so. Okay, so notice that I've turned the camera back around to the original position and I've taken my footy off so that we can capture the reaction of the side A, the reaction of that punch, the jab on the nose. Now, what happens if you were to receive a punch, a jab on the nose? Any impact that you get on your nose here, it really hurts. It will probably blind you with pain. You will probably see the stars, and most likely that you break your nose and that will be a lot of blood. So we need to really capture that moment. Now, if you were to really receive the fist on the nose, what would happen is that, as well as breaking your nose, most likely, your head will get knocked back like so, kapow, with the force. Now, doing that movement, pow, again and again in the rehearsal or doing many takes on set, you will most likely give yourself a whiplash. Tomorrow morning, if you wake up by going, oh, that neck hurts, that means you've given yourself a light whiplash. So let's try not to do that. In order to save yourself and keep this movement safe, you're now going to imagine that your head is a rotten melon. If you punch really hard a rotten melon, what will happen? The fist will probably go right in it because it's all mushy and horrible. If you were to punch a rock solid melon, most likely that melon will roll back. So your head now is a rotten melon. The fist comes towards that nose, and when that impact happens, your head is going to concave. So what I'm doing is simply bringing the chin to the chest, bringing the shoulders forward to give that illusion of melon concaving. So instead of going kapow. So you can, after you do that concave, you can then relax back, but avoid knocking your head right back on the first instance because it will hurt you. So now think about this. You don't need to nap because you napped as side B. So all you have to do is imagine that fist landing on your nose and you're going to react to it. So it will look like this. Oh, oh, oh. So I staggered a few steps back just to give that illusion of that impact was really hard, really strong. So have a go. Ready? I'm looking into the camera once more and oh, oh. So that's it. We are now going to edit those little clips and put it together and it will look like this. Ah! Ha! You deserved it. Oh! Oh! We've now come to the end of the workshop. Today you've learned how to slap and how to react to that slap, and how to jab and how to react to that jab. But remember, what's the most important thing with what we do? Is telling that story. You're an actor, so you need to really investigate and explore the reason why you slap. Because without that, you just become a martial artist doing their fancy tricks on screen. But you need to tell that story. You need your audience to feel that pain with you, feel the pain for you, so that you can take that journey together. And of course, don't forget the safety. Everything that you do needs to be 100% at all times safe. If it's not safe, remember, don't do it. What we did today was very much for the camera. So when you come out of the lockdown, you can do it with your friends. You play side A, your friend plays side B, put it together and make it a big fight sequence. Why not? But to do it actually face to face, let's say for stage, that requires another layer of technique. So until I come in and meet you in flesh and teach you that, just wait. Don't do it yet. I hope you enjoyed the workshop, and I really do hope to meet you properly very soon. Until then, stay safe and take care. Bye.